Today's horoscope, Aquarius June 10, 2025. Discover your future with my daily horoscope for you about love, work, health, money and compatibility with other signs. If you're in a rut or a tough place, the situation can be harder to accept today. If you don't recognize and honor your need to make peace with yourself, you're bound to feel restless today. Focus on fixing problem areas, but don't pressure yourself to do everything at once. Today's tensions deserve some examination, however, since you're persistent and recurring ones. They're likely related to frustrations with feeling that you're not in control or in the know about events occurring in your private life or relationships. Your ambitions or desire to stay on top of things need to be tamed so that you can take the necessary time off. If there are interpersonal conflicts today, try to learn from them rather than fall back into old patterns of relating that stifle you in the long run. It's probably better to focus on practical problems that need fixing and stay on watch for communication issues. Later today, you are well positioned to accept or resolve a relationship matter that may have been causing you some stress. You're inclined to want to take action on a matter rather than hold on to it, which can mean talking through a problem with someone and releasing pent-up worries or frustrations. Even though you do have a serious side, you do have a sense of humor. However, your famous sarcastic side may even get a bit occur. Mental Mercury is making tracks through your solar house, clashing with an icy Saturn in your solar house. This is not a time to make plans with your lover about traveland. You may even feel that they doubt your ideas and planning skills. If you feel depressed, deflated, and defeated, try to revisit conversations later. Work may also be throwing rocky news your way, so if you need to get down to business, that may be the best thing to do rather than letting it out on your sweetheart. You're not having a good time with coworkers, but taking time off isn't an option. Tend to your mental health in other ways. Remember your ultimate goals and be kind to yourself. Do people think you are too serious at times? If you hear this too often, the natural reaction would be to take it as criticism. After all, you are only trying to understand yourself and others. Other people might actually be picking up on your dedicated nature to help the needy, to work for a cause. In order to integrate your inner nature with outside events, look into group activities, if possible, such as walking for a cure or other athletic events which benefit a cause. If there is a relationship that has been troubling you, this might be the day for you to take some action. Closure and letting go is a common theme for a day such as this, and while you may not want to see this happen, you'll have the courage to do so if need be. Be sure to think things through from as many angles as possible before severing ties, as this is usually permanent. Strive for resolution, and if you need to let go, do so with confidence. Within the space of 24 hours, Mercury and Jupiter, one the smallest and fastest planet in the solar and the other the largest and most powerful, will not only be on the move but with a complete change of focus. Just as Jupiter reaches the end of a nearly 13-month visit to a playful and creative part of your chart, Mercury leaves, bringing a short 14-day mission to give your heart a voice and to put heart and mind on the same page to an end. It is then that, ahead of Jupiter's return to your work sector tomorrow and the start of your biggest year for job growth and expansion in over a decade, Mercury returns in time to ensure you have your head in the game from the start. It is just as Jupiter has reached his last full day in your romantic sector and of what he has been working to make a lucky year for love. Mercury, the planet of communication, leaves. With the Sun staying on, the spirit of romance is in safe hands, with Mercury leaving you with everything needed to keep giving your heart a voice. This comes just as a friendly aspect between forces on the communication and relationship fronts peaks. Daily planetary overview. As the Sun rises today, you may find yourself facing some mental or emotional friction. Early morning conversations, especially those around responsibilities, expectations, or boundaries, might feel tense or even slightly confrontational, thanks to Mercury in Cancer squaring off with Saturn in Aries. You could sense a push-pull dynamic between your emotional needs and your external obligations. Maybe you're trying to express how you're feeling, but it comes out wrong. Or perhaps someone places pressure on you to do more, give more, or commit when you're already running on empty. If the day begins with a bit of heaviness or misunderstanding, try not to let it define the rest of your experience. Instead, take a breath. These early hours are revealing where your boundaries need reinforcing, not where your joy ends. Sometimes, the most empowering thing you can say is, "This is where I stand," even if your voice shakes a little. As the day progresses, a beautiful energetic shift begins to unfold. Jupiter, the planet of expansion, growth, and abundance, enters Cancer, a sign where it is exalted, which means it functions at its very best. This is not just good news, it's a cosmic gift. You may feel a subtle shift in your energy, as though the weight you carried earlier in the day begins to lift. Suddenly, things start to feel more possible. Your heart feels fuller. And there's a gentle reminder from the universe: you are supported. You are guided. And something good is coming. This transit opens the door to greater emotional fulfillment, spiritual growth, and increased opportunities. It enhances your ability to nurture others while also receiving nurturing in return. For many, this will feel like a turning point, a moment when clarity replaces confusion and hope begins to outweigh stress. Think of someone who always seems to show up just when you need them. That's the kind of energy Jupiter in Cancer brings: warm, supportive, and generous. And today, you may find that you're not just receiving that energy, you're embodying it. Others notice your calm leadership, your strength, your groundedness. They come to you not just for answers, but for comfort. And you have so much to offer. Lean into this. Use this supportive moment to lift someone up, even in a small way. That same compassion you give will circle back to you when you least expect it and most need it. But remember, while it's beautiful to be a pillar of support for others, don't forget why. Our own foundation. Stay focused on your goals. There may be distractions, especially from people who don't have your best interests at heart. Some may act out of jealousy, resentment, or simply misunderstanding. Don't let them knock you off your path. Instead, practice discernment and compassion. Not everyone needs a reaction. Sometimes, silence is your power. This evening is an ideal time to slow down and check in with yourself. If the energy of the day felt like a roller coaster, create space. Unwind. Whether that means taking a long walk, cooking your favorite meal, or journaling in a quiet corner, give yourself permission to relax and recalibrate. Your nervous system will thank you. If you've been holding back on putting your plans into action, this is your green light. The universe is nudging you forward. You have support available in more places than you realize, from helpful advice to unexpected allies. But keep your ears open, constructive feedback may come your way, and though it might feel uncomfortable at first, it could be exactly what you need to level up. Stay open, stay curious. And if your career has been on your mind, especially if you've been considering a new opportunity, this is a wonderful time to act. Don't wait for everything to feel perfect. Sometimes momentum comes after you take the first step. Dust off that resume, start the conversation, or say yes to that meeting you've been putting off. Even though finance might not be your favorite topic, tend to your money matters now will bring clarity and peace of mind. It's time to finish those lingering tasks, pay the bills, organize the paperwork, assess your budget. Doing so gives you a clearer picture of where you stand and allows you to move forward with confidence. So, here's a thought to carry with you: where in your life could you benefit from embracing change with more softness and more trust? The universe isn't just asking you to work hard, it's reminding you that you're allowed to grow. Receive, and rest. If any of this resonates with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you noticed a shift in your own energy today? Are you stepping into a new chapter, or finding peace with where you are? Share your experience in the comments. You never know who might feel seen through your story. Remember, every day holds a new beginning. And today? Today might just be the start of something beautifully aligned.